Huge audience. That's way more people than are here. How excited are you?
So excited.
10 out of 10 or just like 7 out of 10?
I'm like a solid 8.5 out of 10.
That's pretty good for a Tuesday afternoon. I'm pretty impressed.
It's pretty good. Okay, let's tweet this on Facebook. Tweet this on the Facebook. Let's just put this on Facebook.
Tweet it on Facebook. That's
I'll
what I
tweet
do.
it on the Facebook.
And then I face post on Twitter. That's great.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's all so confusing.
I know. I don't understand Google Plus at all.
I want to understand it, but I also don't.
I feel like it's probably really cool once you get to know it, but for now
Yeah.
it's not a cool guy.
It's very confusing. Oh, there we go. Pre-rolls.
Oh. Whoa. So it looks like we're live. Hi, Megan.
Hi.
How's it going? I'm Dylan.
Hello, Dylan.
Nice to meet you. So we're here on TubeAmp, and we're interviewing Meghan Tonjes. We're going to ask her about how awesome her life is, which should be super interesting. And we're pretty much the goal of this channel is to try and reach out to different YouTube musicians and talk to them about their life and sort of how they got here.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like I'm hearing what our conversation that just happened in the background. Oh, there we go. I found it.
Is the
Technology.
Yeah, because I had the video player going too. Wicked. Is all working out? Everyone's joining in the comments. Hey guys.
Yeah. Leave us comments. Ask us questions.
Yes, we're going to be hopefully using most of the audience questions because I'm not very original, so it would be great if you guys could write in your comments if you have anything to ask her. I'll totally bring it up. And don't get mad. There's like a 45-second delay, so if I don't get your question right away, I should in 45 seconds.
Yeah, eventually he'll have the question.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the Grammys. Did you watch the Grammys? I was really excited and touched to see you perform with Macklemore. How was that for you?
Yeah, whenever Macklemore is performing and Mary Lambert's there, all I get are @replies and messages from people. I was very confused when it first started happening because when the song first came out, I had people tweeting at me about being on the radio. And I was like, that's awesome. I'm on the radio. What song is on the radio? And they were like, with Macklemore. And I'm like, hold on. Unless he sampled a song of mine, which I think I would know about, I don't think that's correct.
What did you think of the whole Mary Lambert is not Meghan Tonjes hashtag?
I love it. I love it. Because, yeah, people follow me on Twitter. It's so funny. No, that was good. I didn't watch a ton of the Grammys. I don't really have TV.
I'm in the exact same boat. I had to do a bunch of pop culture research before I jumped
I've
on.
I've only seen 2 performances from the Grammys. One being the Macklemore Mary Lambert performance, and then the Beyonce performance because I'm obsessed with her. So.
Oh, she's amazing. How could you not be obsessed with her? If you said you weren't obsessed with her, I'd probably call you on it.
I'm in love with her on so many levels.
How far back does the Mary Lambert thing go?
Probably just the past few months. That's how I kind of learned about her, and then I started checking out her stuff, and I kind of understand it, but at the same time, I don't think we really look alike. I think that people, maybe when I had dark hair, we looked more alike.
Well, because I saw the picture, I was like, well, she doesn't have blonde hair.
No, yeah, and I've had blonde hair for a while, so people that are saying that must not watch my videos anymore. It's been going on for a few months. I think. It's similar to when I think Adele was really big. I would get comments all the time saying that we looked alike or Beth Ditto. So I think it's really just anytime there's a plus-size girl, people are like, you guys look exactly alike. You're exactly alike. You look different.
I think the best compliment would be you guys sound really good. Or really alike.
I'll take that. I'll gladly take that.
So I have a bit of a silly question. Speaking of the Grammys, what celebrity would you most want to party with?
Ooh.
Obviously, don't say Roger Moore because that's mine.
I'm not going to say Roger
I'll let you take your own.
I mean, I wouldn't mind partying with Beyonce and Jay-Z. I feel like that would be just a badass party. And everything
Blue Ivy?
before. I mean, I'll watch Blue Ivy if they want. I'll hold her while they're like dancing on tables or whatever it is they do. But yeah, I think that they would be awesome to hang out with. Who else? I guess like Macklemore. Any musician's gonna be. Well, that's a lie because not all musicians are that nice.
No,
But there
not
are a few
ones that
people.
drink and drive.
No. Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't be hanging out with Justin Bieber probably.
Yeah.
But Beyonce for sure.
That's an awesome answer. I'd probably go with either Roger Moore or Macklemore, probably on the fence.
Okay.
On the fence there.
I'll take that.
But talking about Justin Bieber, I just watched you had two really good videos. The Free Justin Bieber video and your fandom sucks.
Yeah.
I just watched those. Just such good videos.
Thank you.
I've
really found my stride of just bitching about things.
But it wasn't just bitching. You had a lot of really, really powerful points about what these people are doing and how that affects other people around them. I was really touched by that. I thought that was amazing.
Thank you. I think I just, from an outsider perspective, watching this group of young people who kind of have all this fame and all this power and all this money and can work with whoever they want and kind of do whatever they want, watching them kind of screw that up so incredibly is frustrating for me because I'm in the same business. Yeah. And it's hard to watch because you know how young their audience is and you know that they're influencing a lot of people. I mean, even on YouTube, I think we all feel pressure to make sure that the things that we do and say are real and well, some of us do, real and honest, and maybe not putting out a good message. And I say that like for my channel specifically, I'm not a cookie cutter role model. Like I'm not perfect, and I'm in my late 20s, so I talk about a lot of things that parents probably wouldn't want me to talk about, but it comes from a good place. And to watch these kids, and I feel bad for them on some level because I feel like they're making mistakes that a lot of us make when we're younger, but they're doing it publicly. But it's one of those things where it's like where you have great responsibility when you're in that position. You have all those people watching you, and if you don't want that, you can kind of step back at any time. So
yeah,
move to the middle of nowhere, Kansas. Like paparazzis will eventually not want to follow you.
Because I'd like to say they're making similar mistakes that a normal person, like not a celebrity, would make.
Yeah.
When they're young, but at the same time, I didn't have access to millions of dollars to be able to drag race in expensive
and here's
cars.
The thing, and I'm never gonna make an excuse for drug driving or anything. It's awful, and I've known people on both ends of it. But I feel like when you're in a position where you're successful, and at any point you could hire a driver, or you could get a cab, or you could have someone drive you home. I just feel like there's no excuse. There's no I have to be at work the next day, my car might get towed. You are in a position that everyone wants to be in where you can be taken care of, and to make dumb decisions because I feel like you're bored and you're acting out.
That's exactly what it is.
I don't know. I don't know. It was just a whole week of Justin Bieber fails, throwing eggs at people's houses and drag racing on a street. What are you doing?
It also really bugged me that the Justin Bieber egging thing made the front page of so many newspapers. I was like, oh, that's so not news.
I was like, how much damage can eggs do?
Yeah, really.
I was like, that was the night before Halloween in every suburban neighborhood. Is people just getting their houses egged and toilet papered, or was that maybe that's just Michigan? I don't know.
No, that's definitely all of North America.
Yeah, so I mean that on some level was funny, but then it's at the same time it's how bored do you have to be to want to go do something like that? It's just I feel like it's all the worst factors. You have a bunch of young guys with a bunch of money, probably allegedly drugs, who are just sitting around bored. I can do whatever I want. Everyone loves me. What should we do? Let's destroy things.
Yeah.
It's like the worst frat house immature situation with all of the money and all of the power. And so, I think, hopefully he takes it as a life lesson, and hopefully people watching him don't view him as a role model for things. I mean, he'll grow out of it, I think. I think a lot of us make stupid choices when we're 19, 20 years old. And he's going to be really embarrassed by this.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, it's weird to watch someone go from, so one thing, and then through the growing up process, they're just I'm going to destroy everything around me.
Yeah. On a bit of a lighter note, from JoJope TV, we have Megan. What is your favorite song that you've ever written?
It
is a good one.
I've ever written. It changes every time I write a song. Oh man, I think "Affected" is probably one of my favorite songs I've written just because it was a quick song. It happened really fast, and then I got to work with one of my good friends, Darren Von Girdner, and have a rap portion to it, which was exciting to me because all I listen to is hip-hop music.
Yeah.
I don't write hip-hop music, but I listen to it, so kind of getting to experiment with that was fun. And, yeah, that song just seems to be the one that people gravitate towards because it's just, I mean, that's like a page from my diary. That's exactly how I felt and things that happened, and yeah, I think people connect mostly when you're honest about things. And it was also a very sexy song.
Oh,
which,
totally.
You know, as I've gotten older and I've kind of grown up, and I started writing songs when I was like 19, and now, you know, I'm 28. They've definitely gotten sexier, and that was like my first, like, clearly there's been naked touching, and I'm writing about it.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. You said there was rapping in that song. Do you ever do much rapping yourself?
I don't. I'm not good at rapping. I think I can sing kind of fast if I have to, like if I'm covering a rap song, if I'm covering a Hoodie Allen song or something. But I'm not a rapper. My younger brother, I don't know if he still raps, but for a while there he was rapping. And I'm so amazed by it. I'm amazed by people's ability to think that quickly and to speak that quickly because I get real speech impediment. Like I get real Michigan. I got like a little bit of a lisp, and so like rapping is not my thing.
Awesome. Also, what do you listen to? Sarah Bareilles? Bareilles. I don't know pop stuff, I guess.
Oh no, she's I listen to Sarah Bareilles. I listen to a lot of her older stuff. I think I have her new album with Brave and everything. I like her voice a lot. I'm always excited when like kind of indie singer-songwriters start to blow up, and I feel like she's at a good place. Like her and Ingrid Michaelson, whenever I think about where I would want my career to go, that's what I look at because I think they're mainstream enough that they're like playing the tours that they want to play, and their music's being featured in like TV shows and movies and ads. So they're probably like financially well off, but they also write music that's just really good. So I think that they're underground enough that they don't have to deal with craziness.
Would you? I know you mentioned before that as long as you can play your music and pay your rent, you're happy.
Yeah.
But would you be happy if you sort of reached the like next level of insane fame?
The next level of insane fame.
Yeah.
Well, now, I mean, my new goal is if I can play music, pay my rent, and pay my student loans. That's the updated version of that.
Ooh.
Which I have been. I've only been doing music and YouTube, and not working any other jobs really for the past 3 years.
What?
So,
that's amazing.
And it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. Like there are definitely some months that are better than others, and some months where you're like, well, I'm not eating this one. So it's not, it's not always the safest bet in the world, but it's nice to be able to focus on the things that I want to do and have my own schedule in life. The next level of things, I don't know. I feel like I have the best of both worlds right now. Like I feel like when I go to VidCon, people know me to the point where I'll get stopped and people want to take pictures and meet, and I'll get to play main stage and do awesome things.
How does that feel, by the way?
It feels amazing.
Having people stop you and be like, hey, I'm going to cry and take a photo with you.
It's great. Even when I'm like drunkenly running through the hallway lobby or like the hotel lobby, and I'm like, I need to get to this place. Even then I'm really excited to stop for people. No, it's good. I think I have the coolest people that follow me because I watch other people at YouTube who have to have like security because they're being mobbed and people are screaming and people are grabbing at them. And my people, like, they'll stop me. They might cry a little bit if it's like a girl. If it's like a plus-size girl, they're probably crying a little bit. And we'll take a picture and stuff. But then they're like, "Do you need help getting anywhere? Like, do you have somewhere you need to be? You can leave." So they're so helpful. They're just very nice.
Oh, that's amazing. Have they ever asked you? Do you have any weird signing stories, like having to sign anything weird?
I've signed. I was playing a show with Ron Pope once where a girl had me sign her side, like her stomach. Yeah. And she pulled up her shirt. This is like, I'm hoping she was 18. I think she was 18. But like I just completely signed my signature over her entire stomach.
You should check back with her. Maybe she got a tattoo done over the outline.
She didn't, but she came back the next year and I signed her side again. She was like, "Do you remember who I am?" I was like, "I remember exactly who you are."
That is amazing.
Yeah, I'm not like one of those musicians who's like, I won't sign anything. I'll probably sign most things if I'm being real honest. Just because I think it's funny. I've had people who have wanted me to write things out, not usually my signature, but usually lyrics for my songs, to get tattoos. That's like the newer thing I've experienced in the past year, which is nuts, and I love it. Because I have a bunch of tattoos, so I know how much they mean. So the fact that someone wants to put my lyrics or something inspired by my lyrics, I'm like, what is the world?
That's amazing. Oh, that's awesome. What's the most common lyric that people get tattooed, or is there sort of all over the place?
It's usually, well, I've had this year. People have put this year on their wrists and stuff like that, which is a song of mine. I've also had, I did a song inspired by a book by John Green called The Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, and people tend to get that tattooed. So there's just two passing ships wrecked on the same shore. I've had a few people get that tattooed or get like ships kind of shipwrecked on their arms and legs and stuff. So it's pretty dope.
That's got to be the coolest feeling, having your words written permanently on somebody's body.
That's the thing, though, is like when people do that kind of stuff, I feel so much responsibility. I'm like, I have to be an awesome person. Like,
yeah.
I cannot screw up my life because you have trusted me and what I'm doing enough to want to alter your body for it. So I'm like, where do I go from there? Like, I got to write amazing songs and I got to be a good person because otherwise I've completely let you down. Maybe that's what Justin Bieber needs. He needs more people to get tattooed with his stuff.
Or less people to regret the tattoos that they got of his stuff a couple years ago.
It's true.
We got a question from Alex relating to sort of your career. Like, where do you see yourself? His career was, what do you want to spend your money on when you're famous?
Oh, man. You want my real answer? What I want to spend my money on when I'm famous? Well, first of all, I need to pay off all of my, like, school debt. That's first and foremost. We need to get out of any debt. And then past that, I'm not someone who needs a lot of things. Like, I don't need the best, new technological whatever. I'm an 80-year-old woman, so I'm really confused by technology.
You look really good for 80. Very spry.
Thank you. I moisturize, which is really my secret.
That's key.
I'd probably spend a lot of my money on friends. Like, I always tell my roommate,
buying them?
Well, not buying them. Buying their love, hopefully. I think, like I always say, like if I make more money off of something, I always tell like my roommate, I'm gonna buy you an Xbox One, or I'm gonna buy you just like things that I see my friends like would really love. Yeah. I would do that because if I were in a position where I could provide for myself and then also make my friends happy, that would be dope. And then I would just get a car, which my dream car is
what
like
is it?
a new. Listen, okay.
I'm excited.
Don't be too excited because, like I said, I'm an 80-year-old woman. So.
Is it a Cadillac?
No, but I would take a Cadillac. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I see okay, here's my dream car.
I'm excited.
It's a new Toyota Camry XLE hybrid in that faded blue, like old woman color.
Oh, not the faded blue. I love that.
Yeah.
That's good.
My dream. Whenever I see like a faded blue car, or like that like faded gold color, just like a grandma looking car, I'm so excited. If it has like fabric over top of the hood, I'm just like even more excited.
That would be so good.
Yeah, I would drive around in my Toyota Camry and I would be looking so good.
Oh yeah, and you get the glasses with the strings, so when you put them down, they don't disappear.
Nah, I would be styling in my Toyota Camry. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, right now I'm like looking for a car, so if I could find my dream Toyota Camry, I would. But I'll probably end up with like a Honda something.
A Honda. It's
or
not
a Toyota something.
So where would you see yourself in like 5 years?
5 years. Ooh, I'll be in my 30s. I don't. It's so hard to answer that question because I feel like 5 years ago I would have given an answer that would be nothing like what I'm doing now. Like I would be like, I'm not living in LA because I hate LA, and I'm living in LA right now. I don't hate it. I'm just living in it. 5 years. I don't know. I would like to personally. I think it would be cool to maybe have a kid, or like at least like a relationship that lasts more than a few weeks. And then career-wise, I would just love to be able to go on tour. Like, just go on tour for a few months out of the year, do my thing, and then kind of have just time off to really spend with my friends and family and write awesome music with really awesome people. Just what I'm doing now, but on a bigger level. Like for me, it's always about if I can get to a place where I can support me and my family and my friends and like just be in a where I can, I don't know, like I want to live life so I can write good songs. And for me, I don't need a ton of money to do that, but I need to be successful enough that I don't have to worry about can I get groceries this month. So yeah, 5 years, I just want to be bigger and better things, more, you know, more YouTube stuff. I'll still be on YouTube, I really think, if it's still around, hopefully. Please stay around, I need you.
Well, it's just going to be Instagram video now. That's the new thing.
I'm going to be really big on Instagram video in 5 years. I get so mad when I see people on Vine, they are like huge, and they just sing like 4 seconds, and I'm like, I've been screwing this up the entire time. I've been doing 3.5, 4-minute videos. I'm messing it all up.
Wait, there's people on Vine and Instagram that do music?
Yes.
No way.
There are people that are just
possible?
like, they're like girls that will sing like a riff of a song, just like 5 seconds of something, and they have like 500,000 followers, and I'm like, where did I go wrong along the way? These little like Ariana Grande looking 17-year-olds that have like these Mariah Carey voices, and I'm like, I can't compete with that. That's
amazing.
Yeah, it's a whole new world. I didn't know that was a thing. I want to be Vine famous so bad, but I'm just not funny enough. I'm not good enough.
So rumor has it you're working on a big secret 2014 project.
I'm just working on a big 2014, I think.
A big 2014?
Yeah,
I'm hearing in the comments that there's going to be a hip hop.
Yeah. Actually, that's not untrue. I haven't talked about that. That's not untrue. Me and my friend Darren Von Girdner, we like love each other, and whenever he writes music, he shows it to me. Whenever I write music, I show it to him, and we're always looking for ways to collaborate. We started working on a song recently, and we've always thrown around the idea of doing an EP together. So I think that's gonna be something that happens this year. I'm working on an EP right now for myself. That will, it's been supposed to have been coming out for the past year, but those things never happen on time. So that will hopefully be coming out in the spring or summer. And then Darren will put out an EP, and then hopefully we'll do one together. So it'll be a mishmash of like hip hop and singer-songwriter acoustic music.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, because I look at like Hoodie Allen and Keena Grannis recently did a few songs together, and I'm like, I would love if we could just do that, just mash up those worlds, because I think it's so good.
Are those two artists that you'd want to collaborate with in the future also?
Yeah, I would love to. I love Hoodie. I'm a big fan of Hoodie Allen. Keena, I've met. And I feel like her and I always want to like hang out and collaborate, but it hasn't worked out so far. So hopefully that'll be something. Exciting. I would love to do big collaborations in the next year. I think that's something that's going to happen. And then so music, there's new things happening. What else can I talk about?
You have a book coming out.
I'm at that point in life where I'm like, wait, what have I signed and what can I announce? I'm working on a book, which is like. It's so scary.
I can imagine. I couldn't even think of how I would ever do that.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things where I really haven't written a ton for it. Like the way that I'm going about it right now is the idea behind it is when I was going through a lot of family stuff, and my mom gave me this book that was it was like a series of life lessons that were like, just in case I never told you, here are the things that hopefully I taught you growing up, and so it was just like don't be afraid to fall in love, like that kind, really kind of generic stuff, but stuff that you need to hear sometimes that you forget. Mm-hmm. And I always look at my videos, especially my vlogs, where I'm giving advice, like the recent Justin Bieber, the Your Fandom Sucks video, and I always look that I feel like I have this huge responsibility to take the things that I've gone through and translate them in a way that makes sense to my audience, which is a lot of young boys and girls, and hopefully so they can avoid. I mean, they're not going to avoid the mistakes that I've made because that's life, but hopefully they can go into it feeling a little less alone. So the idea behind the book right now is I'm writing letters to myself every day. Sometimes they're full on just like a vlog. Like if I wrote out a vlog, that's my thought process, or they're just things like a line that I was thinking of for that day. So just life lessons that I always forget about when I'm in the middle of a situation that I wish I could go back and say, okay, I've gone through this and I've learned something. I need this line, or I need this lesson. So the way that I've been doing that is I'm just every day I'm writing down something that I've been thinking about, a lesson, a line, and we'll see how that turns out. I don't know if it's something that will be published eventually, or if it's something that I'll just put out for my subscribers as an ebook, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll lead into, I want to go out and I want to speak at colleges. I've done a little bit of that, and I would just like to take some of these things that I've gone through and hopefully help people a little bit.
That's super exciting.
Yeah.
I wish you spoke at my college. God.
I'll gladly speak at any college. Just fly me out. Put me up.
Question we have from Ruby in the audience. Who's your biggest influence musically? And she also says you're amazing.
Ruby.
I think that's implied in most of the comments. Let's be honest.
Ruby's like my favorite name. So.
It's a good name.
It's a really good name. What was the question? So who's my biggest influence? And I'm amazing. Okay.
Yes.
No question mark, exclamation point. Biggest influence? When I first started writing music, the album that got me to write music was Tristan Prettyman 23. I was big into Jason Mraz and Gavin DeGraw, and then Tristan Prettyman kind of came along, and I was like, oh, she has this really cool, breathy, simple voice. It doesn't have a crazy range. It's not all over with these runs. It's just really, it's spoken word almost. And it sounds like she's just reading from her diary. And I was listening to it thinking, I could write this stuff. I know that I feel this and I connect with this in a way that I think I could write like this. And I think she was a huge inspiration for me.
I'm going to have to go listen to all of that now.
I know, she's really good.
Awesome. I think we're going to wrap it up. If you guys want to go check out, we have a full video interview shot with Meghan Tonjes, and you played Anchor at the end of it.
I did.
It's such a beautiful, catchy song. I cannot get it out of my head.
Thank you. I'm working on a version for my EP because I have that slower, very sad version out. I'm working on a very poppy, hip hoppy, I feel like the music video would be a lot of hand claps and hip hop, I
need that to happen right now.
Just crazy beach days. I know, and so it's definitely a song that's changed a lot in me recording it. But yeah, that's another song that I wrote really quickly, and it's one of my favorites. So.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time for chatting with me. If you guys want to go check out the video, just go watch it on TubeAmp. You're already on the channel.
Yeah.
Awesome. And it was awesome talking to you.
It's awesome talking to you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.